Hello, this is Cornelius Köhler, and welcome to my review of the One Piece series that has been streaming on Netflix since 31st of August. And yeah, I'd like to present you my overall point of view of how good the series is and how good the show runs. And okay, let's see how good the actors can work it out. So let's go. Let's get into it. So, before we start with the actual critique of the series, we should, or I want to ask myself, or let's ask, what is the One Piece actually? Um, so, as we know from the manga and anime series, there no one can really say about anything what it actually is. And by now, the series has not reached a point where it is actually to anyone known, even though it's very far progressed. So the first thing about the series is actually it has to have a lot of um, work to do to catch up with the anime and manga series. By now it has over 1,000 chapters, and the series starts with the very first episode. Um, so, what is actually the aim of the series? We should maybe ask. And that was one of the first things I thought when I watched the first episode. But that is actually only um, um, only the frame, so to say. We should take a closer look at how the series actually is built up. And I think there are some really good points. So let's move on with this. So what I really want to talk about is the things that make the settings look really cool. So for example, you see sometimes scenes from different cities that has to be built up by the crew, by the producers. And what I uh, what I focus on is the things around it that say how much passion and so the producers have put in. For example, if you see on now this is a frame of Shanks, and on the background you see this it's the starting town, so to say, from Ruffy, and in the background you see a fish that's some sort of trophy, and all and things like this, and the some they build up really much atmosphere, I think. And what I liked about the series at the first place was that the runners of the show really showed me that so I could only say for myself, but I think they put much effort in making little things like this, like, let's say, like the fish as a trophy, or it could also be, a barrel that is smooth curved or something like this. So really hardman's craft, so to say. And this, I think, was a lot of times that come up within the first episode even. And this is the first thing I actually really liked about it. What I also really liked was the costume design of characters. You see here Ruffy and Cody, and these are only two examples of how much they put on effort to make the characters look authentic. And the funny thing about this is that Ichiro Oda made some characters really unique. For example, one character is Helmeppo, and he wears a black jacket and white sneakers, and this is really not some sort of into this pirate theme, but he wears it nonetheless. And what I liked about it is that the live show adapted really on it really well, and you get the feeling of this really good, that what the manga tries to show but cannot convey as a series. And then you will probably see Helmapo going around like this in an marine headquarters. And I like this very lot, this feeling of being really non confirmed in a in a setting that will not somehow match, but it did. And it really I think try to match the role model of the anime and the manga, and they did it really well, I think. And maybe the last thing I want to say, in a really good way, what they really did good was the camera work. I was really a fan of it because, as you might see in this frame, we see that the camera is really close to the character, which is Ruffy in this case, and you have to imagine that the camera operator was really close with the camera pointing at Ruffy. And I think this they made a really good job with, because throughout the first episode and also the later ones, they kind of did this often and tried to use it many times. For any reference, you should see the series to know what I mean. But I think this was makes the series really extraordinary in a way. So these are for me the positive things. So if I have to be honest, there are really actually no negative points at all that says to me, well, the series is not good. So if I have to pick one thing that kind of, I think is a minor thing, that then I would say is that the only thing is that um, Nami, the character on the left side, has to wear some clothes that actually I feel like are not make her is uncomfortable for her as a person, because you might notice that she's actually some sort of muscular, as I would say, but I think the character in the anime um, wears clothes that she cannot fit in, and I think in some scenes you will notice that that is quite of uncomfortable for her. So I think this is a mistake, or let's say, I think not good saluted from the setting team, that they put her in clothes that make that I think are not not that comfortable for her. But this is only what I see on the surface. But I think it's quite on the truth. So that this would be only my only critique. So okay, that's it for my review. I hope you liked it as a some sort of critique, and if I hope that you could think about it really good, or have some sort of other ideas if you want. Yeah, and thank you for watching, and yeah, then good night.